What's up, everyone? I'm Travis, and you're watching Upgraded RC. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. In this video today, we're up to number 7 already of our continued upgrade video series. What we're going to be doing today, guys, I've got some of these proline Hyrax tires. I love them. The tread on them is awesome. They get really good traction, but it seems like the foam is just a little bit, they're just a little bit too squishy. There's not enough there. There's no sidewall support. So what we're doing is we're taking the stock single stage foam out of these proline Hyrax tires, and we are putting in the dual stage foam. And by the way, guys, these are 1.9 and they're 4.75 tall. And this is the G8, I guess that's how you say it. This is the G8 compound. It is not the Predator compound, which is extra sticky and soft, and you get really good results with it for competition. But it doesn't seem to last as long from what I've heard. So I went with the G8 compound. I've been happy with them so far. I've only run it about 2 times, but I just don't like the foam in it. I left my pit bulls for these, and the pit bulls have a lot stiffer foam. So we're gonna go ahead and go to these, which I'll take these out and show you, but this has actually got a really soft stage here that your tire makes contact first for great traction. And then it's got a second stage foam here, which is a lot stiffer. All right, for everyone who's interested, here is the part number. The part number is 6174-00. These are made by Proline. It's their dual stage foam. This is the 1.9 version, which is the width of the tire. And then it also says XL on here. I'm not exactly sure what XL means, but like I said, my Proline Hyrax tires are 1.9 by 4.75, and it fits perfect for the first 2 that I did. I mean, just awesome. Fits really, really good. Okay, let's go ahead and open them up. I'll show you what's inside. So inside here, let's see what you get. You get your 2 dual stage foam inserts, and that's it. No stickers, no nothing, guys. Anyway, okay, so let's check these out here. And by the way, when you're doing the installation, it's a lot easier to remove this first. I tried it both ways, and this is definitely easier. But let's show you what's going on here. Okay, there's their foam. That is super soft. That is going to get great traction on the rocks and everything. Let's compare it to the stock foam that comes in the Proline Hyrax. You know what? It's almost exactly the same as far as the resistance that I'm getting here. But if you notice, this is quite a bit thinner than this. This has got a lot wider footprint on it to spread out, and that'll help with some sidewall traction as well. And it looks like the stock one's a lot thicker, but that's only because it's single stage. When you go ahead and put this insert in here, now it's quite a bit thicker. So that is almost the same as the stock one, and I think it's going to get great traction. Now this one here is really a lot thicker. Wow, that's super thick. And check it out, guys. They've already got the groove in here molded, so you don't have to cut no foam out of the way. It should just bolt right up pretty easily, and that feels really good. As thick as this is on the sidewall here, you know, I can't imagine that not giving us just amazing sidewall traction as well from what we had previously. Like I said, I really like these Proline Hyrax tires. I hope this does the trick and takes care of that soft foam that I just didn't like, that gushy feeling. Let's go ahead and install them. Okay, so I've already mounted 2 of these up, and that was prior to this video. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. But before I mounted all of them up, I wanted you to be able to see the difference in the foam here. So on this side, we've got our dual stage, and on this side is the stock single stage. Now check this out. Look, watch, just from me pushing down here, look at the difference. Look at how this one over here is so squishy and this one barely goes down at all. Now watch, look at the sidewall traction. Look at how far I can pull this one in. Look at this. That is a world of difference. That is going to give us so much more traction when we're side hilling and stuff like that, especially for the weight that the rig I'm running has got. When I get on the side hill, it seems like it just kind of, it squishes in, which causes me to roll over or lose traction. This is going to, wow, that support there is awesome. So I just wanted you guys to see that before I mounted them all up. I mean, there is a huge difference here. And when my rig is sitting on this, as heavy as it is, you can actually see this one compress a little bit, which makes this one look like it's a taller tire, but they're exactly the same. I'm really liking this foam. Let's get the rest of them mounted up. I'll show you guys exactly how to do this, and then I'm gonna go play with it, and we're gonna see what it looks like and how it works. Once you get the old foam out of your tires, go ahead and grab the first part, the first stage of our dual stage foam here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. And then go ahead and just pry open your tire here and lay it inside best you can, and then go ahead and unfold it and work it around here pretty good. And I usually take my thumbs and I'll run my thumb down the sides like this, both directions. That way I'm making sure that there's no folds or creases in this. This first stage right here is so soft, especially when you're putting this one in, it's gonna push it over to the side and bunch it up. You don't want any bunches in here at all. So to start with, get it in here the best you can. Okay, so the next step, so I'll fold it in half once, and then go ahead and stick it in one side of your tire like this. Just go ahead and work it in there the best you can. It's a really tight fit. And go ahead and pull up on your rubber here. Don't rip it, but you gotta be a little bit aggressive here to get that in there. Once you get it in there, pull your white foam out of the way with your fingers and go ahead and try to center this up best you can. Like I said, it's gonna bunch up when you're putting this in here. So it takes a minute to get it where you need to be. Just go ahead and work it back and forth. Run your fingers in there, separating the blue foam from the white foam so that it's all centered where it wants to be, and you get rid of all your bunches and everything first. Just work it around pretty good. Squeeze it. Maybe roll it a little bit, whatever you want to do. You're just trying to make sure that when you look in here, your foam on this side, you see the foam right here, the white foam? The foam on that side is the same as on that side, okay? And there's no bunches here anywhere. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, you're going to get that stupid wobble when you're driving and it looks like your tire's flat or something. Go ahead and spend a little bit of time with this. This is very important. Get this the best you possibly can before you stick this in and ruin it again. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna go all the way around this. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time here, guys, and then we'll come back and we'll go ahead and put this in. Okay, so I spent a decent amount of time getting my foam in here and making sure everything was perfectly centered, and now it's time to go ahead and put this in here. Now when you're putting this in here, this is an aluminum wheel, so this part right here is sharp. Just so you guys know, when you're putting it in here, be careful not to cut the edges of your tire here. I've done that before. These are pretty sharp. Make sure you pull it out of the way. Now on the same token, this blue foam in here is also going to be damaged by this if you just ram it in there. This is quite a bit wider than the hole that you've got right here, so you've got to work it in very gently. And if you just push it in like this, it's going to rip the foam and it's going to cut it as you're putting it in. So I do the same thing when I'm putting this into the tire as I do when I'm putting it in the foam. I'll take my thumb over here on this side and I'll physically push down on the foam to get it to compress. That way when I'm pushing the wheel in from this side, it's not cutting it. And I just work my way all the way around and be very gentle with it. Okay, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and pull this up and get this in here. We'll get all of our rubber over that so we don't have to worry about ripping that. And next, now we're going to do the foam. Like I said, I'm going to push down with my thumb and then push the wheel over. And I'm just going to walk it all the way around. Take your time. This is going to take a little while. Make sure you push down enough so that you're not ripping your foam and everything will be good. Go ahead and take some time on this. Get it very centered again, just like you did. This is also going to change your foam the way that you had it, so reposition your foam the best you can and just get it as centered as possible. All right, so once you feel that you've got this insert in here and everything is centered, once again, you feel good about it, go ahead and drop the top. This is a 3-piece bead lock, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this in this side, and then this will go on the other side to tighten it down. Now keep in mind when you're doing this, mine has got an orange dot on here. By the way, orange means that it's the G8 compound. If you have blue on here, you have the Predator compound. That's how you tell the difference. So I don't want to see this on the outside, so I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, and I'm going to put my bead lock on the outside. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and here's a little trick I found, guys. I've got this little piece of cork here that I got out of a wine bottle or something, I think, and I cut it to just the right size so that if I flip this over and set this directly on top of this, it's not going to damage my wheel at all, and it holds it up at the correct distance so that now when I put this in here, I can just go ahead and start my screws, and it's not pushing the other piece out the bottom and pissing me off. So that's just a little trick right there. Go ahead and stick something in there, whatever you got that's not going to damage the wheel, and it'll help hold it up in there. And when I start these, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one screw in this side and one screw in this side to get it started. After that, I'll go ahead and go across from these two here, and I'll put 2 in here. Now I'm not going to take them down all the way. I want to take all these down here to about 1/8 of an inch from touching the other side of the wheel, and I'll show you why in a minute. But go ahead and start here and go across, and then put all the rest of them in, and don't tighten anything down past 1/8 of an inch. I'm sorry, 1/8 of an inch from these two distances here. We want it to set apart about like that for the moment, and I'll show you why. I've got all of my bolts down until there's just about 1/8 of an inch I was talking about right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of a groove there showing. I haven't tightened it all the way down yet. Now this is why, and this is really important. If you don't do this, you're going to get a serious wobble out of your tire. Go ahead and pull this out so that you can see right here, see the bead that's showing? Go ahead and pull this out all the way around. Pull that out so you can physically see that bead. What that's going to do is that's going to drop this down further inside your tire, and it's going to set exactly where it needs to be so that it self-centers itself, or self-centering. So go ahead and do that all the way around. Pull that out on both sides. And the reason why I told you to leave that 1/8 of an inch gap there is because if you did this before you had any tension on this wheel at all, you would just literally pull your whole tire right out of the wheel, and then you got to start over again, and that just pisses you off. And the reason why we didn't go all the way down completely is because if you do that, it's very, very difficult to pull that little bit of the bead out, and you might end up ripping your foam inside while you're grabbing it or something like that, trying to pull so hard. So about 1/8 of an inch is the ticket, and just walk it all the way around. You guys can see what I'm talking about right there. You see that bead? Go ahead and walk that all the way around a couple times until you feel it's perfect, and then do the other side. And both of them will pull out quite a bit. You got to pull pretty hard. Just don't pull so hard you rip your foam on the inside, like I said. Once you go all the way around and it's all pulled out, now this is dropped down in there as far as it can go. Then you can flip it back over and go ahead, and what I like to do is I start on one side here, and I'll give it a little bit, not quite making contact yet, but I'll go down a little bit. Then I go to the opposite side. And this one, I'll go ahead and take it all the way down and make contact with it. Now I'm going to go back to the one I just came from and go ahead and go all the way down. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to crisscross and go this way all the way down, and this way all the way down. Now I can go ahead and just run all the rest of them down until they seat, and then we're going to go ahead and tighten them up in a cross-star pattern, or basically the same way you would do on a car tire. I'll just make sure they're all down and seated, then we'll tighten them up. That way everything is even and it goes together smoothly, and there's no crisscross or stripping out anywhere. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten this one, and then we're going back to this one, and then I'm going to go to this side again, and then we're going to go back to this side, and then I'm going to get the remaining ones across from each other. That one, that one, and that one. Now one more time, just for the hell of it, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around these and just make sure I didn't miss any, and they all feel like they're the same torque here. My torque wrench is my wrist. Go ahead and go all the way around this, and that should pretty much take care of it after you get done with that. All right, there you go. So right away you can instantly tell the difference in the sidewall, and it feels so much better. Let me do the other one. We'll go ahead and install it. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap this video up on our dual stage foam from Proline. Now, I think it looks pretty good. It definitely doesn't squat near as much just sitting here. The tires hold up a little bit better. It's more rigid. I think this is going to be great for side hilling, like I said, and for climbing in general. It's just going to give us more traction, and it's a little bit wider footprint, it seems like, because the foam inside is pushing the rubber out a little bit further. But I think that's going to do it, guys. Now, if you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to comment in the section below. I will get back with you. It might take me a while, but I promise you I will get back with you as soon as I can. I'll answer any questions that you have if I can, to the best of my ability. If not, I'll tell you where to go. So it's been a great time doing this video number 7 for you. Let's go ahead and look forward to video number 8 coming up here soon. Until then, I'm Travis. You guys are watching Upgraded RC. Peace out.